Hey, my name is Marin Kyoga. I'm a master coach with Minnesota Reading Corps, and I wanted to share this tool with you today that I use during my training and with my members. So I found this tool to be really useful when I learned it from one of my former tutors. I had a tutor a couple years ago that was really super organized, and she took her materials apart after Institute and put them together in this way, and it really made sense to me, and I liked the way that it was organized, and so I've been teaching it to people ever since. So this is for organizing your benchmark materials before the benchmarking periods, and so you can use these same folders in the fall and in the winter and in the spring for benchmarking. There's a couple of different ways that you can do this, or a couple of modifications that you can do. I'll explain the folders first, and then I'll tell you what those modifications are. So what you're going to need is you're going to need some 2-pocket folders that have the brass things in the center, or the tabs in the center. And then you're also going to need some clear plastic sheet protectors. You're going to need two folders, one for you and one for the student. And I'll send you a direction sheet that tells you exactly which pages to pull out of your materials and what order to put them in. But I just kind of want to show you how this works. So if I'm the tutor and I have a student sitting here and I'm getting ready to benchmark, these are my kindergarten folders that I've prepared. I have a tutor copy and I have a student copy. So everything that I need is in this folder, and everything that the student needs is in this folder. So when I open up my tutor folder, I have the cover of my cardstock ring that has the benchmark net and the eligibility scores on there. But as a tutor, if I'm benchmarking kindergartners, the first page that I need is the test of letter name script. So I have unhooked this from my cardstock ring and slipped this into a plastic sheet protector. This is my test of letter name script, okay? The first thing that the student is gonna need, the kindergarten student, when they sit down with me to benchmark, is gonna be that test of letter names practice page with the F and the S on it, capital F. So I unhooked my cardstock ring and put that in the first plastic sheet protector of the student folder. And you'll see that as we flip through these pages, we just get to turn the pages simultaneously, and then we're both on the next correct page that we need to be. So some of these pages I got out of the 3-ring workbook, and some of these pages I got out of the cardstock ring. So I'll demonstrate for you how this works, and then I'll show you the rest of the folders. I sit down with a student and I say, "Hey Johnny, thank you so much for being here with me today," and I start reading my script. Today I will show you some letters on a page. You will tell me the name of each letter, blah, blah, blah. I'll go first. This is an F. This one is an S. Here are some more letters for you to read. So when I say here are some more letters for you to read, I just turn the student page myself in the student folder, and here we are on the correct page. We have the test of letter names benchmark probe for fall, winter, and spring. I read through the rest of the script and I say ready, begin. And when I say ready, begin, I turn my page, and you'll notice that my page matches the student page. Okay, so this is the assessor copy of the test of letter names. Now the timer we do the test, I'm marking my errors, the timer goes off, beep, 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 and I say stop. I put my bracket in, and then I say, okay, Johnny, can you turn your page for me, please? So Johnny turns the page, and the very next page that he needs is the test of letter sounds practice page. This is for my cardstock ring again. I unhooked my cardstock ring with the lowercase s and f. When I turn my page, the very next thing I need is my test of letter sounds script. So as you can see, these folders mirror one another, and when you just turn the pages simultaneously, they match up. Okay, so you could build these for kindergarten, first, second, third grade. Like I said, I just made these 2 green ones to be kindergarten folders. And since we do benchmark kindergarteners with test of nonsense words starting in the winter, I put that in there as well, okay? But then in my student folder, that's the end of theirs. So then when they get, they get to the end, and then I say, okay, thank you so much, you can head back to class. Okay. Now for my assessor copy, I continued on and I put in my test of CBM reading script, and then all of my probes that I would need first, second, and third grade. Okay, so those are all in here for me, so I just need to use one folder. But if you wanted to, you could split it up, and you could have just a set of kindergarten folders that matched one another, just a set of first grade folders, just a set of second, and just a set of third grade folders that match one another, okay? So it's really easy to know when you're benchmarking. You just open up the folder and you go from page to page to page to page to page. Now, like I said, I wrote up a direction sheet of where to find these materials in the things that we gave you, and then how to, put it together. So I'll attach this direction sheet to the email with this video. What I wanted to let you know of is some of these tests overlap. So like for the test of letter sounds, for example, we administer that to kindergarteners and we administer it to first graders. So if you're going to do separate student folders, you're going to need to make photocopies of the practice pages of the F and the S, and the practice page of the TUP and the POF. So as you're putting your folders together, just be really thinking, which tests am I giving this specific grade level, and then how can I, recreate those materials. It's okay to use a photocopy of this page. You don't have to use the cardstock ring page when you're administering this test. Now the last thing that I will say is that you can take it one level up. You can up level your practice, and you could also make baseline folders for yourself. So these are the benchmark folders that we use in fall, winter, and spring. But like right now, it's October in this program year, and we would be adding students in between the benchmark windows. So anytime you're baselining a student, you use the same scripts, but different probes, right? You're using probes 18, 19, and 20 in those grade levels. And so you could do the same thing, but create baseline folders for yourself so that when you go to add a student in between the window, you're all set to go for that as well. I hope this has been helpful for you. Please reach out to me if you have any questions or comments or concerns. I'd be happy to help you. I'll leave my email address as well. Thank you so much, and I wish you all the best in your testing.